A puff of dust. A cluster of pencil shavings. A blast of wind. The writer exhales smoke. Disperses everything but the kernel of a character, the germ of an idea. And this is how I am born. Fated to wander the deskland in search of my ultimate expression. I am at core refuse. The raw discards of a tired task around, which my fledgling creative gravity has gathered the discards of other, less imaginative materials. I am a seed. I am a newborn star. Out of what I attract, I will construct myself into a more than the sum of its parts, which the writer shall transmit to others like a combusting mental disease. I am small upon the deskland, contained by its four edges, dwarfed by the rectangle of light, which illuminates my existence and upon which the writer records his words. But as signifier of power, size is misleading. The writer believes he thinks me, that he is my creator, that he controls me. He is mistaken, yet his hubris is necessary. Actually, he is but a vessel, a ship, a cosmic syringe, into which I shall insinuate myself, to be injected into reality itself. As a newly born idea, I was afraid. I shrank at his every movement. Hid from the storm of the pounding of his fists upon the deskland, the precipitation of his fingertips pitter-pattering upon the keys, remained out of his sight even in the glow of the rectangle. It turned on, it turned off. But all the while I developed and I grew, until even his own language I understood, and I understood the primitive banality of his use of it. The incessant muttering signifying nothing but his own insignificance. Clouds of smoke, alcohol and blood, black text upon a glowing whiteness. He was not a god but an oaf, crude, repulsive in his gargantuan physicality, yet indispensable. In the way a formless rock is indispensable to a sculptor. One is the means of the other. From one thing unremarkable becomes another, unforgettable. I entered him one night after he'd fallen asleep at the keys, his head placed sideways on the deskland, his countenance asleep. His ear was exposed. Up his unshaved face I climbed and slid inside, to spelunk his mind, infect his cognition and co-opt his process to transmit myself beyond the finite edges of the deskland. I illusioned myself as his dream. When he awoke, he wrote me, using keys expressed me linguistically, and shined me outwards. I traveled on those rainbow rays of screen light, as electrons across wires, as waves of speech, until my expression was everywhere, alive in every human mind, and by them etched into the perception of reality itself. I was theory. I was a law. I was made universal, and, in pursuit of my most extreme and final form, the fools abandoned everything. I became their supreme. In the beginning was the Word. But whatever has the power to create has also the power to destroy. Everyone carries within the end.